Hello. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to episode 120. Yksi sata kaksikymmentä. Can I also just say sata kaksikymmentä? Do I need to specify the yks in front of the sat? I think it's okay to just say sata. But yeah, welcome. Episode 120 of this. And I'm finally getting around to trying this app, Anki. It's like the best flashcard app, supposedly. I haven't tested it yet, but a lot of people rave because it tracks, it does, like, you know, I have, I built my own like flashcard app, you know, to practice that has like, you know, all of when I've done certain words and whether I got it correct or not. And yeah, this does the same thing, but in a more advanced way. It has like some algorithm that, you know, we'll check and we'll see. Hold on, let me make it a little bigger for you guys. Oh no. A bit too big. Maybe that's good enough. But yeah, we'll take a look at it. Hey Poyu, JF, Lorelei, good to see you all. Lorelei, your washing machine is going. All right. I had to do laundry the other day. Yksi sata is not a thing. Oh, I thought at least it would be one way of saying it. Maybe I'm just thinking in English. 100. I guess you could say 100, you know, but we also say 100. But no, I guess we don't say that in Finnish. We just say sata. How would I say the 120th? Would it be sata kak? Do I also have to change the sata into whatever? I don't even know how to do that. Is it kahden? Kyhmen? I don't know. Oh my gosh, you have to change every number. At least in English, we put the th at the end. Okay, 120th. That's it. How simple, all right? English is simple. Finnish is insane. No, but yeah, let me see. Saras kahdes kymmenes. Saras kahdes kymmenes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lorelei and Polyu, thank you both. And JF, you use Anki for German vocabulary. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know yet. I'm not committing to using this all the time, but I want to try it out. And I found this list of Finnish words with based on frequency, and I already did a few of them. I did 3 of them this morning, and they were what you would expect, like olla, you know. But there are a couple of things I really like about this this deck. I didn't even open any other Finnish decks. I just opened this one, frequency and 10 out of 10,000. And I recognize this little widget. It's the Google Translate voice. Okay, that's not the best example. It sounds super robotic there. But yeah, I like also that I believe these are from Wiktionary, right? Let's come over here and check. Okay, this every language has this word apparently. Is it? Maybe not. I don't know. Wait, where was it? Uno frase. Is that on here? Maybe not. I have no idea. Well, whatever these examples are, I appreciate that they're on there. And so it gives me all in Finnish, and so I'm only being tested, I guess, on this. if I can translate to English. But then I can also maybe try to translate some of these, right? Uno frase is forget it. Like, is it sort of like forget it? When would you say something like that to somebody? Like if someone was like, oh, thank you so much, and you were trying to play it down, you're like, forget it. It's good. Forget it. Close it. Suljese. But I always thought it would be suljesen. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it means something else. Sesatu. I actually don't know what that... Does that mean like... Well, sata is it's raining. But sesatu, I actually don't know. Sesopi, it fits. Sekau, it visits. I don't actually know. This could mean so many things. I don't know how sekau. Does that mean like it's going well? Sivoase, clean it. By the way, se means it. I don't know if I said that earlier. Lamitase, warm it up. Warm it up. Or does that like it is warming up? Is it like a transitive, like warm up the food? Seauta is it helps. It helps. Sekoitukose. I actually don't know this. This seems familiar. Sekoitu. But I actually have no idea. It's like, well, it's a question saying, is it I don't know. I don't remember that verb. Tese. Do it. Tese. Okay, so here's what we do. We say it, and then I press show answer, and then boom. It also, look, I didn't even predict this, but look, there's a link that brings me to the Wiktionary page. How cool. Okay, I didn't. It gives me the etymology, and I don't even need to go to the link. It's literally all here. How cool is this? If I just want, and I can just scroll down and see it. But hold on, yeah. Let's just double check some of our meanings. I think some of you guys were already helping me out in chat. And hey 27 and Mekusye. Welcome in. Good to see you. And wait, you're waiting for your Finnish speaking exam to start currently? What? Dude, good luck. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you because I've never done a Finnish speaking exam. But is it for the national language exam or for something else? How would you say next week, the 121st episode? Oh my gosh. Next week would be ensi viikko or ensi viikona. 121st episode would be 121. You would think that the language would the Finnish speakers of the past would have realized that this was just ridiculous. Hey Juicy Master, how are you? Oh, GTA 6 trailer is out. I'm gonna have to check that out later. Dude, I remember back in high school playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City and San Andreas. Those games were so much fun. But after that, I never got back into GTA. I never played the newer game, so I have thought about playing GTA 5. I've heard that one's really good. But anyway, sorry. Sekau, it goes. It's okay. Sekau, it's spelled almost like it's okay. Does it mix? That's what it's just your Open University course. Hey, that's how I first started learning Finnish. Well, I first started like on my own, but when I got to Finland, I did an Open University course, and enjoyed it. Yeah, it's really good for level A1. And then I got to level A2, and it was like, it was very hard. And there were people in that level A2 class who were like fluent, and I could not keep up. That was really hard. Ensimainen. Oh, okay. I just said ensi instead of ensimainen. Sadas kahares kymmenes. Oh my god, ensimainen. Well, I said ensi. I was thinking ensimainen viikko, but actually, it's ensimainen for the. Man, that's sadas kahares kymmenes ensimainen. Oh my god. Just, you look at the word you just typed. That should be illegal. There are crimes in this world. There are laws in this world that are really quite frivolous. But this would be a good law. All right, this would be an important law. Yeah, I said yhdessä. Yeah. Anyways, okay, wait. Let me look at this. Unohara se. Yeah, forget it. Never mind. Sulje se is close it or turn it off. Se sattuu. It hurts. Ah, that's the one. I didn't get this one. Se sattuu. Se sopii. That's cool. That's okay. I said that fits because I think of sopiva as suitable, or it fits. But it kind of, maybe it's not, we wouldn't actually say that in English for this purpose, but whatever. Se käy. That's okay. Siivoa se. Please. Hey, I love it. You don't have please in the Finnish. It's just implied. In English, we can't we can't give commands without it sounding so mean. We have to modify it, make it polite. Lämmittää se. Heat it up. So this was, yeah, okay. A transitive verb, like telling someone to heat it up. But here it's not please. I don't know. We're not asking nicely anymore, apparently. Se auttaa. It helps. I got that. Sekoittuuko se? Will it blend? Yeah, will it mix? Lorelei, thank you. Or does it mix? Yeah, that's another thing with Finnish is there's no like future tense the way that we have in English. I don't know if technically this is a tense. I can't remember the grammatical terminologies, but whatever. We have will for the future. But it could be in the present or in the future. Tee se. Do it. You do that. There we go. See? So this is really cool. I didn't even notice this morning when I did the first couple words. I didn't even see there was all of this etymology. Oh, look, there's se on uusi kielemme. Wait, on Deep L on Google Translate? Hold on, let me click on this. Oh, okay, so it takes you to the search over here. I mean, it's not too helpful in this case because maybe other words will be more useful than se because it's one of the most common, literally the fourth most common word in the Finnish language according to this frequency. And what is this? Se. Oh, this is tatoeba. Tatoeba. Does that mean something in Finnish? Tatoeba. That does not sound like a Finnish word. Let's take a look at it. Tatoeba. Ignora se. Ignore her. Oh, I forget that in more spoken Finnish, you can use se to refer to a person. Osta se. Se rittänee. Jättäkää se. Jätä se. Se tavallinen. Forget about it. Unohdetaan se. Se nousee. What? I would never have thought that this means I'm going upstairs. So you can even use se to refer to yourself. Literally, I believe this would translate to it rises. It rises. And by it, I mean me. And by rises, I mean I'm just walking up the stairs. I mean, I guess you could ride the elevator, you know, and then you're really rising. This is pretty cool. And so I'm wondering, wait, what website is this? It's crazy. Where is this coming from? Like, it's got over 6,000 occurrences. Has audio.
That should be enough. This should be enough. Leave it behind. I'll have the usual.
These English sentences sound weird. Like they're clear, it's somebody speaking. It sounds very natural, but it also sounds very like overly articulated.
I'll have the usual.
I'll have the usual.
Forget it. Forget it. I'm going upstairs.
I'm going upstairs. It's like he's adding extra emphasis to each word. I'm going upstairs. Like it's not like that. But let's see, audio. Yes, I want to hear the ones with audio. Do I have to refine the search? Yeah. This is crazy. I've never seen this website.
Toimiiko se?
See, that sounds like a Finnish person right there. Toimiiko se?
Pudota se.
Pudota se. You know he just said that to like his dog or something. He had the attitude in him. Listen to that.
Pudota se.
Like he's pissed off. He doesn't want to hear it. I also like how all of the sentences here have like a negative bias. Like, you know, you're in Finland when they're just like, drop it. It was canceled. That was unrealistic. That would be crazy. That would be an improvement. It's still alive, I guess, though it's gonna die soon. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. All right, the Finnish people are the happiest, go luckiest people on the planet. Yeah. If you heard someone say "ignora se," you would never speak to them again. Hey, well, they would ignore you as well, so I guess it would be mutual. Yeah, Tato Eba is a large database of sentences and translations. Its contents ever growing and results from the voluntary contributions of thousands of members. Okay, that's really cool. That's a really good resource. I might have to. I'll definitely check it out more later. Because like that was one of the things I was trying to create with my flashcard app. You know, creating these, you know, having these sentences and also doing vocabulary. Where I have a vocab word and then I have a real life Finnish sentence that this came from, and it's always from the Selko Uutiset, from this. Though I'm also getting tired of Selko. I had this feeling today when I'll practice the vocab and stuff, and then I will watch the program after I've practiced some of the words and sentences. And I just had this feeling that I'm like, you know, I'm really tired of seeing the same dumb politicians on the news. I'm just like, why? I'm just tired of seeing their dumb faces. I'm like, this is why, I don't know, journalists are just depressed. Being a journalist is one of the most depressing jobs in the world. But anyways, yeah, you're already upstairs 27. Yeah, why does it sound somewhat angry? What the untranslated first sentence in Finnish is Meillä ei ole paavia. We do not have a pope. Is that what that means? Or some what? Is Paavi Pope? WTF about that I'm going upstairs. You would say it, JS, as menen yläkertaan. See, okay, that makes a little more sense. that's how I would expect people to say it. No niin, nyt ei Tyler enää puhu kuin pikku, what? Orava, a little squirrel? Now not, wait, no, oh well. Nyt ei, now Tyler can no longer talk like a little squirrel? What? I don't know. All right. So I'm gonna, now I have to choose, right? So I can pick one of these. And if I press it again, that means I'd want to practice it within 1 minute. Hard, 6 minutes. Good, 10 minutes. Easy, 3 days. Well, this one's easy, so I have a feeling most of these, you know, the top 100 are going to be pretty easy. So I wonder how many of the top 100 I'm going to mess up. I'm sure I will mess up a few. Adverbs I often forget. All right, and it does give you a hint here if you want to see this. By the way, there's a little, you know, there's a whatever consonant, a vowel, and these little symbols. So in this case, it's 2 consonants, a vowel, and another consonant. Although the comma is sometimes Y. Hee hee. Anyway, so että means that. All right. Wait, what? How is this että? This is not the same että I'm thinking of. And wait, how in English is the THAT? Okay, I was lost for a second. These aren't the right sentences, are they? Hold on a second. Does et come from että? No way. This seems wrong because this means like not. Right? I don't know what polta means, but it's like, I don't know, whatever. But like et ymmärrä. This is what every Finnish person can say to me. You do not understand. Itkenyt. Oh gosh. Itkeä. I should know this. Does it mean to cry? So it's sort of like saying, did you cry? Well, okay, let me just show the answer here. Yeah, what? This does not seem right. Yeah, this is wrong. These sentences are none of these are right. Right? Like this etsia is a totally different word. I know that for sure. But hey, you know, this word, I should also mention that this is a word list put together just by another user. And, you know, just somebody, a fellow volunteer, I guess. And so, you know, it's understandable maybe certain things got mixed up. I also noticed, by the way, and this is one of the things I've been frustrated. I can't find a clean word list that doesn't include really dumb words like people's names. Like a good percentage of the last, you know, few thousand words are all just people's proper names, like Helmi. You know, I guess that could also be a name, like a word like a pearl, but I don't know, Alexanderi or something like that. Like that kind of stuff is just sort of like I don't need to know how to translate Alexander, but Yeah, anyways, but that's a future Tyler problem if we ever get that far in this list. So yeah, this was easy. Yeah, sometimes I guess the words aren't gonna, the sentences aren't gonna fit, which is kind of surprising that you think that they would have checked the first 10, the first 10 words, the first 5 words, right? But yeah. A chipmunk. Oh, Piku Orava is a chipmunk. Yeah. But okay, Yoka is right, JS says. Yeah. These sentences are correct for Yoka. So wait, it's 2 consonants, vowel, and 2 consonants. I thought Yoka... Oh, it's, yeah, okay, it's which. I was thinking another like that. And I often get Yoka confused with Yoku. Or like Yoka can also mean like, can it mean something? And you would say like, or if you say Yoka paiva, that means every day or each day. It can also mean each. Right? Okay, well, let's try and translate a few of these sentences. Hold on. I forgot to turn my fan on. But in those sentences, Yoka doesn't translate to the same English word. Yeah, that's what I was thinking for a second. It does depend on how it's used. But like, anyways, I probably won't get most of these. Yoka tapaksessa. Or top, did I say that wrong? Tapauksessa. I don't know. Why do I, tapa? I should know that. It's a good. Doesn't it mean like goods? But maybe that's, what is tapaus? Tapaus. I don't know, whatever. Helkan joka päivä. Let's do something every day. I don't know what this is. Helkan. Let's hulk out. Let's work out and get big muscles. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Tulen joka tapaus. Don't give me the same word. But I'm coming every something. I don't know. Uin joka päivä. I swim every day. That's a good one. Tapamme joka päivä. We meet every day. Doesn't that tapa? Doesn't that mean to meet? Not to be confused with tapa, which is like to kill or something. I don't know. Itken joka päivä. We or I cry every day. Itke. Menen joka tapauksessa. Stop using tapauksessa. I don't know. This one word I don't know, and it keeps messing me up. Oh man. All right. Whatever. Anyway, I run every day. I used to run every day. If like for 2 years I ran every single day, like over like 11 kilometers a day. Joka ikinen itke. Ikinen. Joka ikka. I don't know. Is it like everybody cries? Is it something like that? I don't know. Anyway, what? What? I will come by all means. Okay, that's weird. How am I supposed to remember that? I got some of these, but yeah, we see each other every day. I got that. I cry every day. I'll go anyway. And interesting that it doesn't translate this as anyway here. By all means. I run every day. Everybody's crying. I did get that one correct, though I kind of just guessed. But yeah. Hey, Leo and Fisher. Good to see you guys here as well. My only fan, 27. Yeah. Hey, it's got my back. What can I say? I can play the dad joke game, all right? I pronounced it as kill. Tappa is to kill. Hulkata is to jog. Oh, that's what... Okay, I didn't get this one. I thought I got it because I translated this one. I run every day, but... what is it? Hulkata. Hulkan. I was kind of correct, because I said workout, you know? That's close. But yeah. Yeah, okay. Joka tapauksessa, in any event. And tapaus means an event. Okay. I know I've seen that before in... Actually, out of curiosity, let's see if it's in here. Tapaus. It's not. I thought it would be, but apparently I haven't. But yeah. A leisurely workout. All right, I did get this one. I thought it was pretty easy. Yoka, witch. Even though actually none of these are translated as witch. So yeah, this is kind of a weakness of trying to learn. Like if you were doing Finnish with no knowledge and you just started doing these flashcards, it would be really frustrating to have this translation and then to have all these example sentences that don't use it that way. In this case, they're pretty much all being used as like each or every. Anyways, moving on. Vuosi, let's hear it.
Vuosi.
Vuosi. Vuosi. That means a year, right? The sometimes Y, E-A-R. Yeah. On vuosi. 2015. The year is 2015. Meni muutama vuosi. What? It's coming in a few years? Or it's going in a few years? Lopetin tupakoinnin vuosi sitten. I don't know, but something about like a year ago. I stopped smoking a year ago. Lopettaa is to stop, and tupaka is tobacco. I guess tupakoinnin. I don't know. I don't really know what's happening grammatically here, but we can fill in the blanks. Yeah, and people definitely aren't getting paid to put together these flashcards. I mean, I'm glad that they have it, you know. So I say they. It's just probably some kind soul on the internet who found a way to, I don't know, script, you know. They probably wrote a script that connected all the words to these different links. It's pretty good. Where were we? Se tapahtui vuosi sitten. It happened a year ago. He muuttivat vuosi sitten. They moved a year ago. Ensi vuosi on huonompi. Next year will be worse. Hänen haavastaan vuosi verta. I actually have no idea what this is. Haavastaan. So it's like he or she is being somethinged, is being harvested. Haavastaan. And I don't know verta, but it's, I don't know, maybe for the purpose of a year. Tomi katosi vuosi sitten. Like, is this someone's name? Tommy katosi. Saw? No, katsoa is saw. Katoa. Katosi. I actually don't know. But it's a year ago. Vuosi on ollut hyvä. The year has been good. Mikä vuosi nyt on? What year is it now? On vuosi 2025. Boom. Yeah, year's 2015. Several years went by. Ah, okay. I don't know how I translated that originally, but I don't think I got that very correct. A sus website based on that and etta. Well, yeah, again, I should mention that the Anki Web does not, it's not a company that sells. Well, actually they do. I think they actually do have a paid app if you want to support the developers, but it's very much an open source thing for people, and so you can, and people create their lists of words, and so take it with a grain of salt that, of course, you know, when users are just creating their own decks for flashcards, there's going to be some not so great, you know, or some mistakes here and there. But maybe there are other better ways to learn. But I try to take, I don't know, I get tired of doing one thing. I got to try something new. I get tired of Selko said. I get tired of my spreadsheet, you know. I'll try something a little different. I try the Uki exam, and that's just a punch in the gut. They'll make no money at all with AI putting these together independently. Yikes. Yeah, I was sad to see what Duolingo is doing, but yeah. I mean, I think what I like about Anki Web, or well, I guess Anki is what it's called, but I'm using the web version of it. You have to download the actual app to be able to, like, whatever, download the flashcards and set them up. But I'm glad that it's open so that people can create their own flashcards. I think that's, I feel like at least then it's whatever. People can make their own decks. Yeah. And I mean, the way that I'm using it right now is not maybe how it's intended. Like, you're probably, you know, I mean, I like going through sentences because that helps me a lot. Because I need to see words, right? Like, is there a good example of, well, no, I mean, in this case, it's only showing the word vuosi. It's not showing other forms of it as like vuoden, you know? And then that's where you need to practice seeing the words in their different morphologies. That's also what makes Finnish so difficult for a little chipmunk brain like me. But anyways, I did get this. Yeah, I quit smoking a year ago. It happened 1 year ago. They moved a year ago. Next year will be worse. It's so very Finnish. Oh, this. Blood ran from his wound? Is that really how you translate that? Verta is blood. I do recognize that. Oh, whoops. A year of blood flowed from her wound. Wait, what? What? A year of blood. That cannot be the translation, right? Vuoti is also correct in that bleeding sentence. Wait, vuoti or vuosi? Because Karota is to disappear. Okay. Vuosi is also the past tense of vuota, to bleed. Okay. So yeah, Google Translate, fail. Fail. So here, yeah. Okay, vuota becomes vuosi. So it's sort of like saying a lot. Wait, where does Google's drunk on its own blood. Vuoti is also the past tense of vuota. Let me look this word up. I want to see the other, the declension. Wait, oh, it can mean a hide, a pelt. But it can also, wait. Does it have to be vuota like this? There we go. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. To bleed. Vuota verta. Vuota. Past tense. Vuoti. Then where is this vuosi coming from? Vuotaisi? Is that a typo? Don't tell me it's a possessive form. Less common. Get at it. Get out. It's here. How do you guys speak this language? Look at what's on screen right now. How can you keep all this straight? What sort of spider web neural network do you have? Wait. It translates it wrong if I have the period? What if I capitalize it? No. It's not working. Anyways, okay, that was a nice little tangent, but it just means blood bled from his wound. And in this case, the AN here is for is it the third person, like, possessive? Let me look this up. I just want to double check this. Is this the havasta? Right? Hava. In Finnish, a wound, hava. In the declension, it's going to be the possessive form, third person. Oh my gosh. Is it this one? Havastan. Anyways. Katosi, you guys told me earlier, karota means to disappear. And so, call me Katosi. Tom disappeared. Okay, good. This was easy. Apart from the vuosi verta bit. But, yeah, it's not a typo. Yeah, past tense might be a dialect thing or old usage. Many of the word forms are actually very difficult for native speakers too. We mostly just work around the problem. Oh, I don't know if I'm encouraged by that. Oh, try it with vuoti. Ah, that's a good idea. Yeah, there. Now it does it correctly. Google Translate is not smart enough to go dialectal on us. But yeah, blood flowed from her wound or his wound. Here we go. Han. He or she. Hanka? Him slash her? He, like, is it him? Han kumartui. No idea what that is. But he or she did something. It's past tense. Han kukistui. No idea. Kuki. No. Juoksi. Ran. Valehtele. No, I don't know. Nope, no, wait, I said va, but it's actually valehtele. Vale. Valehtella. Valehtella. Nope. Hirtäytyi. Nope, no idea. Heräsi. I should know this. Herätä. Herätä. But I can't think of it. If I had more words in the sentence, I might be able to guess or to get the context. But herätä. Herät. Heräsi. Can't think of it. Hey, I know this. Runs. Ran. Runs. Suuttui. Oh, doesn't this mean it, like, became angry? I'm gonna guess that. Suuttua. Pyydetään häntä. Pyydetään häntä. Pyyde. No, I don't know. This was a difficult set of sentences. Him, her. Oh, I was about... Okay, I am seriously about to say, when I saw this, I did think of kukuvini, which means the crouch wine. Because it's like the cheap wine that you have to bend over to grab from the bottom of the shelf. But I thought about it and I was going to say it, but I was like, I'm not going to, I don't know. I was just like, I'm not going to just say every dumb thing that comes to my head. It might seem like it, but I do try to, limit. But apparently I would have been close to correct. And even as I passed over this and I was thinking of the crouch thing and I was like going to say like he crouched, I was like, nah, that can't be it. I'm just going to move on. But anyways. This means to lie. He's lying. Oh, well, that's awful. It's demonetized. But okay, there's that one. Heräsi. She woke up. Herätä means to wake up. And I got this one right. Got angry. Became angry. Let's ask. Okay, that's what yeah. Tricky. But not bad. Not bad. Han. But anyways, there just isn't enough good training material for the language model in Finnish. Yeah, maybe that is the case. You would have expected häntä heilu in those sentences. Wait, what is that, JS? Kykkistyi ottamaan kykkyviiniä. You have to crouch to buy the crouch wine. Yeah, valehdella, to lie. Ky is viper. Kykkiä is squat. And hey, pahakasvi. Pahis. Okay, I remember now. Pahis, I recognize that name. How's it going? I don't remember if it's been a little while since you've been here in chat, but good to see you again. Yeah, you said, wait, pitkästä aikaa. That means it's been a long time? Is that how you would translate that? Long time. Hirtä is to hang a person. Yeah. And that is good whatever the grammatical transitive versus intransitive, to hang or to hang intransitive, to yeah. let's not dwell on that. But puta, to ask, right? Look, I was joking earlier about these sentences being unnecessarily negative. Like, and we've gotten so many negative sentences. Just depressing. Next year will be worse. You know, she died. Jeez. All right, well, mus means also. Yeah. Mus, mina mus, me too. Minakin mus, me too. I don't really know what the keen is doing in this case, but that'll be interesting to compare these two sentences. Is it like me too, I guess? Me too as well? Does it add a little extra something? Mus mina, also me. Ma mus. I actually don't know, but I would... Ma means country or earth. Earth also. Ma mus. Mina mus. A very different meaning from just a period at the end. Sina yrität myös. You're trying also. Minä menin myös. I went also. Tulen myös juhliin. I also came to the party, or I'm also coming to the party. Pidän myös karkista. I also like... Is this candy? Karkki? Karkista. I also like candy. Yeah, that too as well. Me too. Same here. Minäkin myös. Also means me too. So do I. Me too. You make an effort too. It's like, yeah, you're trying too. Or would it, I mean, is this more like no, it's not. Because in English, this could be interpreted to be like a command. You make an effort too, like they're not making an effort and you're telling them to. But I don't think that's the case here, right? Because don't you have to say it like yritä? You would just say that. I don't think you would say sinä yrität. Because, yeah, like in English, make an effort is a imperative. I also went. I'll be coming to the party too. I also like candy. There you go. I got most of these. I got most. All right, Pahis, take care. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. No negativity in these sentences. Yeah, we get a breather. Briefly. That's what Finnish will do to you. It'll give you a false sense of security and then it will destroy you. Ma is your local dialect. Oh, I should have guessed that. Mina becomes ma. Ma, mia. Mia. Oh my gosh. It's either a command or a statement in Finnish too. Okay. That's good to know. See, I learned something, that you can use sinä to make a command, or almost like the imperative. Especially with the exclamation point, it feels more like a command. Okay. Because originally I was thinking of it like as an encouragement. You're like, no, you're trying too. Like, you know, someone's like, I didn't help at all. And you're like, no, you're trying too. We're doing this together. It's like when you have like a little sibling and they're kind of helping, but not really. And then they realize that all their contributions are worthless. So, like you're playing a game or something and you're like, no, you're trying. And they're like, yeah. All right, this was easy. How about that? By the way, this is changing. This was 3 days It said 3 days down here on the last one. So I don't know how it's calculating. But yeah. Saara means to get or to receive. It doesn't have the code. But anyways. Oh, mistä saadaan maitoa? The milk is gotten from a cow? Is that what it means? Voinko saada numerosi? Can I have your number? Can I have your digits? Voisinko saada lautasliinan? Could I get... What? Lautasliinan. Could I get the... Wait, lautas. Why? I'm thinking lautanen, which is a plate. I don't know what lautas means. Is it maybe from a song? Could I get the song line? Like the lyric? Is that maybe what it means? Voisinko saada tynnyn? No idea. Yeah, could I get something? I don't know. Voisinko saada tiekartan? Could I get the info card? The info card. Like a brochure? Is that maybe what it is? Voinko saada hyvityksen? So, okay, I mean, one of my problems with these sentences is that they're too similar. they're like, they all kind of start with the same, whatever word here. And I kind of wish that there was a little bit more variety. But anyways, we'll keep going. Voinko saada hyvityksen? Hyvitys. Mikä hyvitys on? What is hyvitys? Is it something about like a good thing? Could I get the good thing? Voisinko saada puhelinnumerosi? Well, yeah, can I get your phone number? Your phone number, because it has C at the end. Voisinko saada sähköpostiosoitteesi? Could I get your email address? Can I get your electronic postal address, please? Voinko saada 3? Could I get 3? Voisinko saada nimesi? Can I get your name? Milk is obtained from cows. A tissue. Lautasliinan. A Kleenex. A pillow. Tyyny. I know I've seen that before. Okay. I mistranslated this. This is a road map. Tiekartta. I translated it as an info card because I was thinking, en tiedä, right? I don't know. Or tietokone, right? The knowledge machine, a computer. Tieto. So yeah. Tietää. Tiedän. But in this case, tie means road. I forgot. Unohdin. A refund. What? Oh, yeah. And I think I got all these other ones. Interestingly, they do now... Oh, wait a second. All of these maybe come from Wiktionary. To get, receive, saan huomenna paketin. Let's see if it matches. Hey, it does. But does it put all of them on there? No. I'm assuming that the person that put this together, maybe this is an older version of Wiktionary. and that new sentences have been added to Wiktionary. So that's cool. At least, if you wanted to look at more examples. San kosu de la katasi. May I kiss your hand? What an awkward thing. This reminds me of my brother-in-law is the funniest, most awkward person sometimes, because at a family reunion, and this was before I think my sister got married to him. It might have been someone else's wedding, I think. And we were like going into the church, and we sat in front of some other relatives, and we turned around to say hello, and it was my aunt, and she I think it was one of those awkward things where we gave her a hug and he didn't know what to do because he hadn't met her yet. And so I think he kind of went in, but she went for the handshake. And he literally took her hand and like put his forehead to it or something really uncomfortable. It was just like, and the best part is then like we had to sit there for like an hour. there was no escaping, like now we're all here, and now we just have to bask in that awkwardness. Like, what? I didn't know that he would greet my aunt like he was a medieval knight, jousting for her honor. Oh, that was so funny. Sometimes my sister mentions it to me just randomly, because she's like, remember when he did that? Funny times. Anyways, let me come back to you guys. I'm a sheep, pretty much. The plate cloth. Napkin. Liina means cloth. So I was kind of correct in thinking of lautanen for a plate. Yeah. Tissue feels wrong, JS. Not a Kleenex. You don't put a tissue in your lap at a nice restaurant. Oh, that was the mistranslation here. Yeah, okay, lautas liinan. Yeah. In this case, it refers to a napkin, a plate cloth, not a tissue. Yeah, a tissue. Yeah, it would have to be either a Kleenex or like toilet paper. Or, I mean, tissue can mean other things, I guess. Like maybe he's trying to get like an organ transplant or something, and he's asking the organ donations organization, could I have a tissue? Could I have some human tissue for me, please? There are other uses of tissue, I guess, like for certain fabrics, I guess, or like, I don't know. But yeah, it means a napkin in this case. It isn't just the Wiktionary page that's been old. You guys enjoyed that story, my brother-in-law? It's like, it honestly felt like a moment out of the movie Meet the Parents. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. I need to rewatch that movie. That's one of my all-time favorite movies, comedies at least. Those like 90s and early 2000s. That was like the best time for movies. Period. Every type of movie ever made, the best happened 95 to 2005, maybe even 2010. But that's when we had Lord of the Rings trilogy, the greatest movie trilogy of all time, and The Fellowship of the Ring, greatest movie of all time. We also had other great action movies like Gladiator and Braveheart. We had The Bourne Identity in that trilogy. I mean, and so many others I can't think of off the top of my head. We also had the birth of Pixar. Every Pixar movie was just such a banger. Like, it was, we had Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., Toy Story 2, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Up, WALL-E, Toy Story 3. I didn't think you could just make a Toy Story 3 that would just cut my heart open and sew it back together. I mean, it was so good. Pixar was so great during that time. And then, of course, all the comedies with like Jim Carrey and Ben Stiller, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, Meet the Parents, and then Dodgeball, Zoolander. Oh my God. I had every line of Zoolander memorized as a kid. Those were such good movies. Tommy Boy. I mean, yeah, Chris Farley had some great movies. Man, there were even like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. Even the Adam Sandler movies were good back then. We also had Napoleon Dynamite. I mean, it was the best time. Like, good movies don't come out anymore. They're all like lame superhero movies or some like Star Wars sequel spin-off. I'm sure there are some good movies do come out. All right. I'm kidding, but we lived in the good days. We had The Matrix. The freaking Matrix. Minority Report. I mean, there was something about the way the movies were made back then. And I remember hearing Matt Damon say something about how a lot of it had to do with DVDs, because DVDs offered extra revenue or something like this, where you could justify making certain types of movies that maybe weren't possible before. But now it's changed because everything is like streaming now. So you can't bank on the DVD sales. But yeah. Yeah, Braveheart 95. That was good. I love the Braveheart movie soundtrack. So good. The Pirates of the Caribbean movies? The first one, especially. How fun was the first Pirates of the Caribbean? I mean, that was just amazing. And didn't we have some good Disney like animation movies? Like we had Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King. I mean, maybe The Lion King was that before 90? That was before 95. But still, look, the 90s. 1990 to 2010. Okay, I'll expand the search. I mean, we had Schindler's List. So many good ones. Let me know if you have a movie from that period of time that you think is the best. Let me know. Anyways, what was this? Sada. This was easy. Can I have your number? Can I have it, please? Verb. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to translate from English to Finnish. This is a review. Okay, this is the #1 most common word in Finnish. Olla. O-L-L-A. To be ei olenkaan. Not 2000s felt sus in that list. Blade Runner and Alien aren't from that period. True. Beauty and the Beast the same year as you, Lorelai? Or what does that make you? Are you the Beauty or the Beast? Or a little bit of both? Are you an Arya Stark? Okay, we're practicing words now. What is this one? A conjunction meaning and. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we got a verb for no. And wait, what does this mean? What do these little squigglies mean? Oh, and it's like for middle vowel, back vowel, front vowel. Okay, that's weird. But it means A. 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 Oi, que están. A mitad. You hear that occasionally. Oh, right. Fisher. Shrek. What a classic. Shrek. That's a good one. I approve. And by the way, I know I've mentioned this a while ago. It's important to reiterate. The Incredibles is the best superhero movie of all time. Full stop. No other movie has ever come close to capturing the depth of human conflict in a superhero movie, which are superhero movies are notoriously shallow. They're notoriously very simplified, right? The conflict is very this or that. The Incredibles took it in a much more, I don't know, just a much richer, fuller, and funnier direction. I really, really enjoyed The Incredibles. And the music, I love that. The music just has that jazzy pop to it that hits so good. There's something about Mary. I don't think I ever saw that, JF. I remember when it came out, I was too young to see it. And I remember also like my parents had seen it or something and found it funny, but they were like, I just remember as a kid thinking I will never be old enough to watch that movie because the way my parents talked about it, they were like, you're never seeing that. It's way too adult for you. Isn't that a weird thing that like we aren't born as adults. We're born as children. Hear me out, okay? And that we all have this common experience of growing up and being a child. And maybe not everybody has the same experience, depending on the type of parents you had, I guess. But like, you know, you grow up and you all kind of have this feeling of like, I'm not old enough for certain things, you know? And now I'm too old. Is there a generational gap here, JS? My childhood, my identity was forged in the fires of Pixar, like the One Ring and Mordor. And yes, I did just compare myself to the One Ring. Whatever, take that for what it's worth. Incredibles is very close to your heart as well, Fisher. I'm glad to hear that. Great hearts feel alike. That should be, I literally just made that saying up, but that should be a saying. Great minds think alike, but great hearts feel alike. And that's even, it's like when you find that somebody likes something that you like. And it's like, hell yes. You know? You don't need to know anything else about them, but you're like, that dude is legit. Like, if I find out that someone also has played Lord of the Rings online, I'm just immediately like, you are now my friend forever. You are an OG. That's how I feel. A random movie has a higher chance of being in your life if it was made closer to the year 1980, Poyu. Dude, I don't know that many movies from the 80s. What were the best movies from the 80s, or I guess in the late 70s, Poyu, that you remember? Great guts poop alike as well, JS. That's true. If you're also vegan, then maybe we have similar poops. But let's move on. We got another pronoun here. It is se. Easy. That is etta. Easy. Which is yoka. I mean, this is the tricky thing with this. It's like, couldn't this be many different words in Finnish? But, oh, whatever. We'll just say, yeah, yoka. Vuosi. Han. I almost translated he as they. I mean, I know I've complained about this, but it still bothers me that in Finnish, he is he in English, but they. And me is me in English, but we. And te is you all, or, yeah. But if you learned like Latin languages, it means you singular, like I guess tu. Look, you know what? My brain is jumbled. All right. That's all. Also is mus. To get. Sara. You finished this deck for now. There are more cards available, but the daily limit has been reached. You can increase the limit in the options, but please bear in mind that the more new cards you introduce, the higher your short-term review workload will become. My short-term review workload. Max new cards per day. I don't know. I don't know, 35. New cards are not limited by review limit. What does that mean? What if I click that? Yeah, no review limit. At least for right now. Oh, the Star Wars original trilogy. The Tridge. 77 to 82. E.T. 82. Shining 80. Raiders of the Lost Ark 81. True. Those are some good movies. I remember watching Indiana Jones. I remember that was one of the first movies that really scared me because we were in a hotel. It was one of those little, like, you know, one room, like a motel basically, and it had the TV. And I remember like going to sleep but waking up because my parents had put on the TV, and just whatever was playing on TV happened to be Indiana Jones. And which is this the same one, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or is it a different one where the guy pulls the guy's heart out? I saw that when I don't know how old I was, but I remember waking up and seeing the TV, and then the guy just goes boom and like grabs his heart and pulls it out of him, and I freaked out as a little kid. I remember getting like, and there was also something about being a kid and knowing it wasn't just seeing it that upset me, but knowing that I wasn't supposed to see it made it worse. Like, I don't know how that makes sense, but a core memory unlocked right there, you know? I remember too, my mom got mad as well. She got mad at my dad. She's like, "You shouldn't have put that on." And he was like, "I thought the kids were asleep." Yeah. And that explains why I am such a failure at life. Okay, all of my problems I source back to being exposed to a man having his heart ripped out in an Indiana Jones movie. Okay, my brain chemistry was off balance from then on, and it's just been a downhill slope, a downhill, I don't know, tumble. But yeah, I have mixed feelings towards Star Wars, Poyu, because as a kid, I remember loving it. And even in college, I liked it. But then after in my early mid 20s, I rewatched them and I was like, I don't like this anymore. I felt that the acting was really stale, and and not the acting, but the writing. The writing was just like, I don't know. Maybe I was comparing it to other types of movies I liked, and I just realized that I'm like, this isn't that good in terms of. It's good in terms of spectacle, and I mean, it's good in terms of being a story. But it's also quite formulaic, you know, and then the dialogue is very one-dimensional, I guess, is the way to say it. And so I kind of fell out of love with Star Wars. I never hated Star Wars, but I kind of felt like, well, maybe it's not my thing. And then I do actually, but to my credit, Star Wars Phantom Menace came out when I was a kid, 1997, 99. When did it come out? That movie was so fun. It's so bad, it's good. All right? It's such a dumb movie that it goes beyond being a dumb movie and is actually a good movie. Like, I won't stand by the other two prequel movies, Clone Wars and whatever the third one was called. I don't know. But the first one, Phantom Menace, first of all, because why would two Jedi Knights be working as trade negotiators? Why do they travel the galaxy to have meetings, you know, in a spaceship to talk about trade, economics, and, you know, like, why would Jedi be the lamest possible introduction? Like, is it that they need to be re-employed? There isn't enough, you know, piracy and violence for them to stop that. They have to get re-skilled in a new workforce, a new economy for them. And then, I mean, it was just so dumb. Look, and why, if the enemy or the Empire is trying to invade a planet and attack whatever Queen Amidala's people, why would they land their army on the opposite side of the planet and then proceed to make a lengthy and expensive land journey across the planet? Like, there's so many dumb things, man. But actually, I don't know, maybe because I saw it as a kid, and the lightsaber battles were so good. They were so stylized in the perfect way that, like, a 9-year-old boy could appreciate. Like, they aren't realistic at all, but they're doing flips. They're doing a lightsaber battle the way I imagine I would want it to happen. Like, this is the way I would want it to look so cool. And yeah, that was Phantom Menace. That's the best Star Wars movie of all time. But yeah. Okay, wait, sorry, I gotta come back to you guys. Lorelai, you were learning Dutch and you had a hissy fit about "ya" being you. Yep. The French is leaking, Lorelai. Sometimes it happens that I'll think of the French word before the Finnish word. I should play Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. JS. Is that a new Indiana Jones game? I remember they released a new one that was supposed to be pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't explored setting up like Windows games on my Mac. It's possible. I could do it with Crossover or some other, like Whiskey, I think is another service. Though I also saw that they are discontinuing Whiskey, or at least the guy that started it is now telling people just to go use Crossover, because he's just like a college kid and he doesn't have the time to maintain updates on it or something like this. But anyways, it was the Temple of Doom, the heart scene. Oh, you, the greatest adventure film ever? Well, it scarred me. You read the novelization of Attack of the Clones? I read the novelization of The Phantom Menace. I remember getting it at the library. And that was weird. That was the only time I've read a book that was like based on a movie. I didn't know they did that. But apparently they did. Somebody wrote it. You're lukewarm with Star Wars, pun intended, JS. But the original trilogy is the best of the bunch. Later trilogy has its moments, but Rogue One and Andor and The Mandalorian are as good as you can get. You guess. Yeah, I haven't seen all of them. I think I saw a Solo. And that just also kind of like, just, I don't know. It's the fan service. I really hate fan service. It ruins everything because it's not what I want. I'm a fan, but I don't want to be served some crap. Right? It's like the Clegane Bowl in Game of Thrones. It was something that a lot of fans were hoping for, but then the way that they did it was just so dumb. And of course, some fans still liked it, but I just thought, I don't know. I mean, of course, everything was dumb at the end of Game of Thrones, but well, there's lots of. I'm trying to think of other cases of fan service that kind of bother me, where it's like, you know, it's just so obvious. It feels like the characters are in a movie. Like, it's like the characters know that they're in a movie. And then it's just sort of like, okay, it's not that fun. I don't know. JS, you felt the first prequel movie was so bad you had no intention to watch the other two, but you've played them as Lego versions. I saw that they were giving away the Lego Star Wars game on Epic Games. I think it's free right now. And it's also on sale on Steam, I think. But yeah, every year I've noticed they've been giving it away for free. But it'd be fun. I might play it. There's also the Lego Lord of the Rings. I have this urge to play every Lord of the Rings game, just to see, just to experience it. I think partly why I want to do this is I've been thinking a lot about Tales of the Shire. This game, I know I've talked about this before on stream. I'm not going to belabor it. But this game is a game that feels like it would be perfect for me because it's like Lord of the Rings, cozy farming game. Like Stardew Valley meets Lord of the Rings, The Shire. What could you not like about that, right? But there are so many things about this that just but we'll see. When it comes out at the end of July, I think. And I think, okay, my basic idea here is like the concept art looks really good, right? Like I really like this, the way this is drawn, but the way they rendered this in the 3D engine, it doesn't look like this. It doesn't look half as good. And it's like the shadows and the highlights are completely missing, or they're so toned down. And maybe that's also why I'm disappointed, is like it's made by Weta Workshop, the people that did like the super detailed props that gave the Lord of the Rings movies so much depth and weight. And it really made it feel like a world that was real and lived in, and that had existed for centuries and millennia. And the way they've designed everything in this game is the complete opposite. There's no detail. Like this painting has more detail in it than the actual screenshots. Like like the actual game kind of, yeah, it does look more like this. And it doesn't look terrible. I don't want to like rag on it too hard. And because I know a lot of skilled, like really talented artists have worked on this game. But it looks kind of like, it looks cheap. And I don't know, the gameplay and the lore kind of disappointed me because I'm just like, I don't want to play a game that's just like, oh, invite the other hobbits over for dinner. Now play a mini game to cook the meal for them. Now repeat that over and over. And it's kind of like, where's the progression? Like, I don't know what the progression is. And the idea is that you're in the town of Bywater, but it's not technically a town. And that's the central conflict. It's a town that needs official town status, which is just, I don't know, on its face, just a really dumb and boring. Like, there's nothing exciting about that. I know we're supposed to be in the Shire and to have a simple life, but like, if the overarching goal is that I'm supposed to convince some bureaucrats that on paper Bywater should be technically, legally a town, it's like, dude, the hobbits wouldn't care about that. I don't know. I certainly don't care about it regardless. But like, yeah, maybe they execute it better than the way it sounds. But yeah, that's kind of where I am. Like, it's cute. And actually, one of the big problems, and this will be the last thing I say about this, and this is a lot of people have said this, the character models look creepy. Like, they have this uncanny valley feeling to them. And yeah, it's like, there's something about the way they did the highlights in the eyes that to me makes them look like they're kind of possessed. Especially when they're like indoors. Oh my God, like, look at this. Look at this. Does she not look demonic? She looks like a Stepford wife, you know. And maybe this is another kind of frustration I have, is like, everything looks so plasticky, and I don't think there was any reason like to do it this way in 2025. Like, how is it Lord of the Rings Online from 2007 looks better? And part of it is, I mean, the textures, like the clothes that they're wearing are really kind of dull and bland. And I wish that they had, like, I wish they had leaned into what they were known for at Weta, which is the richness of detail. And like, everything is kind of just a suggestion. They went too hard to try and copy like Breath of the Wild, and to give like just brushstrokes, you know. And I don't know, it looks too much like one of those other games, maybe like Polya or something. I mean, it's not bad. Like, like, this screenshot's quite beautiful. I don't know if in the game they're gonna actually have simulated light rays like this, because the lighting in this game looks really bad. You know, like, there's no shadows under anything, or the shadows are so diffused. It's like, and also, like, this is another detail. Like, look, the books, this is like such a perfect opportunity for them to put, like, not Easter eggs, but like, fill the bookshelf with actual books that hobbits might have. Like, put titles on it so that when we go into the world, it feels like we're exploring, you know. Like, to me, it says a lot that the most interesting art in this game is literally the concept art that's framed in pictures in the game. Like, that, to me, I wish everything had that level of detail. But anyways, I don't want to rag on the game. I do want the game to be successful in a sense, even if I don't necessarily like it. But yeah, this has been on my mind lately, because when it comes out, I'm thinking about streaming it, getting it and streaming it, just to see. It could be pretty fun for us to play. But there we go. Sorry, I did a full-on tangent there. Oh, okay. Let me come back to you guys earlier. You got traumatized by the Mars Attacks movie, Fisher? I don't think I ever saw that. Movies before mid-60s tend to be too old for your taste, Poyu. Movies after 90s tend to have too hectic camera work and cutting for your taste. Yeah. You can almost certainly say you will not be running the latest indie game via Whiskey. It's on PS5 and Xbox Series X and PC, you guess. And the ones you mentioned aren't fan serviced at all. Rogue One and Andor have entirely new characters for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of them. Maybe they are worth it, and they can be a fun ride. I don't want to be negative just to be negative. Though I blame the Finnish language, all right? You saw all the sentences. I've been psychologically primed by the Finnish language to be negative here. It was free on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. What is this? Sivuraiteilla ollaan pahasti. Something about badly? The page, something is happening badly. Tyler went on a rant and got lost as usual. Hey, look, that's just part of what we do on this channel. And yeah, Lorelai, I did talk about the uncanny hobbits a while back. And I was really hoping they would update the character models. Because like here they look okay. There's something about it when it's two-dimensional, it's fine, but when they put it in 3 dimensions, it just looks kind of bad. I don't know. And actually, oh yeah, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I don't want to go down it. All right, mutta means but. All right. But. Easy. Tämä means this. I'm not gonna do the sentences every time. Voida means like can, to be able. It means be. I mean, that just seems wrong. Mistaken, let me know on GitHub. Yeah. I think when, I don't know. It does, like, look, if I'm going to invest 10,000 words and literally the number 13th most common word is mistranslated into English, like there's no way you could translate it this way, right? I guess here, to be. If you're talking about well-being. Kuinka voitte? How are you doing? But, I mean, no, it doesn't mean be. It means, like, to be able. Or it can. It can also mean may. I've seen that a lot. Especially in the news. It may something. I don't know. I can't think of a sentence in Finnish. You have the Revenge of the Fifth. Well, YouTube advertises a fake game, Dark War Survival. Dude, the advertisements I get on YouTube are just so cringy. I've tried reporting some of the advertisements that are just like big boob anime girls. And I'm just like, how is this? And I reported it, and then YouTube is like, "Oh, thank you. We've removed the advertisement. It does not meet our standards." Right? It violates our advertising criteria because I don't think they can advertise like sexual content. And then I get the exact same advertisement. I think now YouTube knows that I'm likely to report those advertisements. So they're using me to report. So they're like, oh yeah, if we suspect maybe an advertisement is bad, we'll send it to him. But it's like if they can just put this exact same ad on after it's been removed, what does that say about YouTube? Google just wants the money. They just want the money from the ads. Look at those sentences. That's probably where the B comes from. I mean, but it's like can be. There's none of them are B. Like can be or may be. I mean, it has be in the construction of the verb, but it's two words that mean something different than just to be. Maybe, can be, to be able. Right? But I don't want to rain on the parade here. And it's okay. Look, at the end of the day, there are so many things to be upset about in life. Mistakes on a very graciously user-submitted, list of Finnish words. What if the guy that uploaded this was like, oh my gosh, there's some streamer playing my deck right now live on YouTube, and he logs in, and I'm just like, this sucks. Like I don't want to be that guy. All right, I'm glad that that people are trying to help each other for free. And it's whatever. You can't win them all. Tulla is to come. To become. It can also mean to become, right? Yeah. They became crazy. Hei sitä tuli hulluja. Hän tulee. Minun tulee tehdä tämä huomiseksi. I have to do this by tomorrow. Nimeni on Tapani. Whenever I say Nimeni, I think of it like in English, the name's Tapani. Like instead of saying like my name is, you say the name's Bond, James Bond. Ja Tapani tulette tuntemaan. Tapani. The name is Tapani, and you will learn my ways. Tapa means a way or a custom. Tapani is my way. There are more disturbing ads on YouTube than Big Titty Anime Girl. But yeah, ad blocker. Yeah. They want engagement. You don't get that by making people happy and content. Look, are you guys happy? Are you guys content? Are you not entertained? Well, I'm not running advertisements on this stream, so... Yeah. Easy. Suomi. Finland. Tehdä. To do. Or to make. Tehdään työmme. Let's do our job. Tehdään parhaamme. Let's do our best. Yes, but we're only engaging very locally. True. What? Kun. And it has all these different English translations. It means as. Or wait. It can mean when. I think the first translation here is going to be when. And then the second one will be as. And then I don't know about these other ones. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, when, as soon as, since, because. And kunnia isn't kun. Huh. Wait, is that here in one of the... Oh, yeah, here. Glory to Ukraine. Kunnia. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There is definitely something going on with how Tato Eba maybe is filtering the results. But easy. Pita. Wait, I'm trying to... What is this? Consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. But okay, pita is one of these words that has like many meanings, right? I first think of it as like should or to like. Pita. Pita paikansa. Pita mennä. Is that like we should go? Is that what that means? And then yeah, you could also say Jim pita lääkäristä. Jim likes is that wait, I want to say, is that licorice? Or is that medications? I can't lactate is medications, I think. Yeah. He or she likes animals. Vapaa-päivä is like a free day. To keep? Get out of here. Get out. Yeah, it can mean to hold, to keep. But I never hear people, or I don't feel like I ever see it used that way. I always hear it as in like to like something or should do something. Like, yeah, I should head out. Pita mennä. Lakritsi and licorice. Oh yeah, what was that one here? The doctor. Oh, I should have known that. Lääkäri is a doctor. Lääkäri. See, the thing is, I knew that it wasn't licorice, but I couldn't really remember. From Swedish, läkare, healer. Wait, except for pregnant people. What? Oh, licorice. Is that the case? Like, if you're pregnant, you're not supposed to eat licorice? Anyways, I mean, pita is a difficult word, but yeah. This is also one of these things where it's like, it sounds like a good idea to learn the words according to their frequency. But in reality, it's too difficult. Like, because you end up with words like this that have how many like possible meanings, you know? And to try and learn all of these different variations, and especially, I don't know, the grammar gets really weird Like you're kind of like overwhelmed. And it's genuinely not helpful to memorize this. That pita means keep. Because most of the time it's not going to mean that when you actually see it used. But anyways, it's still useful, of course, to see all these sentences and Piran taman sisiliskon. I will keep this lizard. Yeah, I will keep this lizard. I'm gonna keep this lizard. I don't know. I just imagine like a little kid who's just like this is the hill they're gonna die on. Their parents have told them, no, you can't keep the lizard, and they're like, I will keep this lizard. I've named him Gerald, and he is mine, and I love him, and I'm going to keep him. I'm going to give him a good life. What is it about being a kid and just wanting to have pets? Did you guys have that as well? Like nowadays, I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I'm not anti-pets, but like it doesn't occur to me as something fun. Like, oh, I should set up a terrarium and have a reptile that I take care of. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm happy to see them in the wild or like to learn about them, you know, and see them in documentaries. But to actually have one of my own, also there's some like, I don't know, ethical aspects of it, of like not all animals should be kept in a terrarium or like be domesticated, like, you know. But as a kid, it was like, yes. I wanted to be almost like a little god. There was a point I wanted to have like ant colonies, you know? Man. What was it like that for you guys? Oh yeah, licorice increases blood pressure. Okay. If friend family has some lizard as a pet in a terrarium. And yeah, growing up, I remember we would get newts. Newts. What is that in Finnish? Hold on. What a weird word in English. Also, the name of one of Pixar's canceled films. And one of the only films that they started production on and then canceled. Newt. And I really wish they would release more. I want a documentary about the Newt Pixar movie that was never made. But yeah, Vesilisko, a water lizard. I guess that's it. A salamander. Yeah, we had newts, we had fish. I mean, we had pretty much everything. Frogs, snakes. Most of the time we would get a pet. We might catch it in the wild and then just keep it for like a day or two as a pet and then release it. And that poor little animal had like, you know, a story to take back. And yeah, reptiles and birds belong in the wild. And that's true, 27. I do want a dog. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. And I don't know if I'm emotionally ready to have a dog that is too difficult. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are dogs and then there are dogs. Not all dogs are equal. And some dogs can just be so difficult. Like, I realize I don't think I would do well with a dog that has high anxiety. My skill set is not to handle that. So I don't know. Of course, like, yeah, you don't have to like keep a dog forever, you know, but Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would like it, but it's not something I'm like, I really, really want right now, I guess. And so I'm kind of waiting. I'm still waiting till maybe I'm in a better position for it. And I don't want to get a dog just because I'm like, my life sucks. So I'm gonna try and fill the hole in my life with a dog. I think a dog deserves better than that. Come on. That's true. And yeah, dogs are nice in theory, but sometimes you're like, I don't want a dog where it's like my day and my life revolves around this animal. See, the crazy thing is I don't even like go out that much. Like, it's not like I spend a lot of time away. But then if I do want to go into town, or if I want to like spend the night someplace, it's like having to manage the dog and like what to do is like a lot. Not to mention if the dog gets sick and then you got to take him to the vet, you know, and there's all sorts of things that can happen, you know. I'm not ready for that. I can barely take care of myself, much less another animal, another creature. Yeah. But dogs are, I mean, I do love dogs. Newt Gingrich. What a crazy, it sounds like a fake name. Like, is that his real name? Newt Gingrich? What the? Newt's the name of the kid in Aliens. Give the dog a few drinks to take the edge off, Leo. I'm pretty sure that would, yeah, I think isn't that, I don't want to say like illegal, but like, yeah, I don't think dogs can digest alcohol. Isn't there something about like their system can't even handle it? Hey, DV, welcome in. You made it to the last few minutes. Oh, and by the way, last week, DV, I don't know if you were watching, but I accidentally shouted you out at the end. I was thanking everybody who was in stream, and I was just trying to remember, and your name came to my head, and I didn't even question it. And I said, yeah, I was like, oh, and DV, and all right, bye. And then as I was like logging off, you guys in the comments were like, wait, was DV here? But it was too late. I was not about to turn my camera back on and be like, oh, by the way, DV, you weren't there. Well, I gave you a shout out anyway. I mean, come on, that's what I'm good for, all right? But yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that last week. But, oh yeah, JS. Yeah, you mentioned it in Discord. You're like, wait, was DV in the stream? Look, just let my brain do its thing, okay? Yeah. Yeah, today we talked about Star Wars and Uncanny Hobbits. I do think it would be fun to stream this game and to experience the Shire together. And it's actually reminded me, I want to go back and play Lord of the Rings online. It's been a few months since I played. I need to get back into it. But the other thing is, like, there's so many other games I'm trying to play. Like, we've been playing Terraria for like months now, and part of that is my fault for not streaming more often. Like, but Terraria is a long game if you want to play through, and I actually do want to beat Terraria. So I'm gonna keep doing that on stream, but I might switch to another game in between if I'm, I don't know, if I'm feeling inspired by another game, or if I don't beat Terraria before this game comes out, because it's already May. Man, time just flies by. How is it all? How are we? 2025 just started, And we're in month 5? Come on. Not fair. Not cool. Time. Not cool. I need more time. But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm necessarily wasting time. Like, I feel like I'm enjoying my life, relatively speaking, you know? I live a happy hobbit life out here in the Shire. But yeah, okay, let's put easy on this. Your Finnish lesson is looking weird and your speaking exam went well. Hey, congratulations, Mekusia. Glad to hear you passed your speaking exam. Or at least it went well. I don't know if you got feedback yet, but yeah, time is wasting you instead. That's another way to look at it. I mean, isn't it just... do you ever just pause to like think about how absurd it is that we are here? And that we are perceiving things, and that like you right now, this is the only moment you'll have with you, and now it's gone. And you know, and like time just passes by, and how the universe is just full of like emptiness and space, and yet somehow we're just here. Nature was just like, yeah, I'm going to find a way to create the human brain, not to mention all the other incredible organic structures, the brains of all the other creatures on planet Earth. It's insane. Sometimes I do have to like watch these, you know, documentaries that, you know, like I love nature documentaries that just like, it just baffles me that this has existed. And that like I wish we could have like a window back to, you know, like 100 million years ago or like 300 million years ago, and to see the world when the dinosaurs roamed. You know, like how crazy and weird the world must have looked back then. When you read about dinosaurs in these ancient times or whatever, it almost feels like you're reading about some other world, like it's a fantasy or science fiction book. But it's actually real. Like it, you know, like it actually happened. It's real. The bones. Isn't it crazy? We can just go like dig in the rock and there's freaking dinosaur bones in it. And like shells from hundreds of millions of years ago. And like we can barely remember history from like 2,000 years ago. And we're talking not just a couple thousand, not just a couple tens of thousands or even a couple hundreds of thousands. It's a couple millions, hundreds of millions of thousands. Okay, not millions of thousands, but hundreds of millions of years is just in such an insane time scale. And yet we know that it happened that way, you know? I mean, it's really, and it's really weird to think like, what's life gonna look like a couple thousand years from now? Right? What are humans, if humans are still around in a couple thousand years, what are they going to think when they look back, when we are closer to the ancient Romans than future humans are to us? Like, that's going to happen, right? Or if not humans, time is still going to proceed, you know? Like, time is still going to happen. And eventually, like, what happens if it's like, what if the future is hundreds of billions of years? And it's so far out that basically we are like at the start of the universe. What if the universe lasts for trillions of years? and then our existence would literally be like the blink of the instant of the universe. Like we are closer to the Big Bang. Than the end of the universe. Like the first frame of a movie that's like a 9-hour, like you're trying to watch the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy and you see the first frame, and that's where we are in the universe. But it feels like the universe is already so ancient because it's billions of years old. Man, that's crazy. That's tough. Why do we even exist? And then if you really think about it, our bodies, every part of you is just an atom. We're just like carbon atoms and whatever, hydrogen and oxygen put together in this complex molecules and tissues. We are just big chemical reactions in slow motion. What? What a weird existence. Like, how could that happen? Also, what's crazy is, like, for us, this is so normal to be on Earth. But, like, there are so many places where the gravity is, like, a bajillion times greater than what we are experiencing. Like, imagine being under the gravity of, like, Jupiter. That'd be pretty crazy. Like, I don't know. Why is that so weird to me to think? All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at chat. We're gonna wrap up stream that I've had. It wasn't an existential crisis. It was existential, but I wasn't crisising about it. And I think that's a good step from me. The existential musings. The universe needs someone to observe it. Walking with Dinosaurs was neat at the time. Was that the documentary that came out that was really good? I can't remember. Was it in the 90s? When it first came out, it was like CG was just now good enough to be able to like render dinosaurs. Smart people say time doesn't exist, we just experience it because we have finite capacity to process what is happening. Also, yeah, that's Poyu. Another thing about time being relative is just nuts. Like the idea that time is warped by gravity and motion. That is so weird. And that is just, that like traveling fast or being in a, like if you were orbiting around a black hole, time would just be passing very differently for you than for the rest of, I guess, for the rest of us here on Earth. How weird. Yeah, that's so, like, it doesn't feel like time should do that. It feels like time should be fixed. Right? But apparently it's not. Apparently the speed of light is the constant of the universe, and that just feels wrong. Also, how is it the case that we have cosmic background radiation from the Big Bang? How is it that light has been traveling around the universe and only just now arriving to us from the beginning of the universe? Like, weren't we at the beginning of the universe with all the matter when it expanded and had the Big Bang? So we would have traveled out slower than the speed of light, right? So all the light that came with us would have passed us and moved on. How is it still bouncing around and hitting us? Am I crazy? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I understand how that makes how the cosmic radiation The background radiation is from the Big Bang, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's from something else, and I'm just maybe not thinking about it correctly. The videos about universe timescale with projected future are fun. Yeah. The last black holes radiating their last away. That is crazy to think. That, yeah, what if everything, all matter ends up in a black hole? Or in a series of black holes? And then they just slowly radiate. Or there's the theory that, like, because space is expanding at an accelerating rate, what if it eventually reaches such a rate of expansion that even whatever the bonds inside atoms or molecules expands too quickly, and molecules get ripped apart, and atoms themselves get ripped apart, and then you just have particles floating in space and nothing is touching. That'd be weird. That would be really weird. But I don't know. That's just a theory I remember hearing that. Anxious cucumbers, what? Life is biology, biology is chemistry, chemistry is physics, and physics is maths. It is kind of weird to think that like what's going on in your brain as you even think right now is just physics. Probably. But it feels like there's some magic going on in there. Do you know what I mean? It feels like there's more than just a physics exam taking place in the neural network of my brain. Right? Yeah, you'll observe time being relative by getting older and time going faster. Homework for me is prepare an existential crisis speech in Finnish. DV. If you know anything about me, it's I show up to these streams completely unprepared. All right? Well, I do practice Finnish every day. But yeah, no, I haven't prepared. I don't know about preparing speeches. It'll be a short speech. Mina en ole. Space itself can move faster than light. I have a faint memory that at the Big Bang, space did move infinitely fast. What? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this wasn't a crisis, just observations. The ending is called the Big Rip. Somebody somewhere described humans as anxious cucumbers, and I love it. That Lorelei, that sounds like a John Green quote. But maybe that's also just because John Green has like anxiety issues. But yeah, the Vlog Brothers. I'm a big fan of the Vlog Brothers, Hank and John Green. Yeah, ugly bags of mostly water. Yeah, full of electrolytes. But yeah, anyways, we should wrap up stream. We've gone past 9 p.m. and this has been another fun stream. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for practicing some Finnish with me. I know we didn't do a lot, but I'm not capable of doing a lot of Finnish and reading and replying to the chat and also engaging in my own trivial shenanigans, talking about movies and Tales of the Shire, movies and video games and existential things. Okay. Like, honestly, if I just showed up here and I was like on Anki Web and I didn't even look at chat and all I did was let go. But, mutta, easy. This, tama, easy. B, Allah. Or what the, wait, no, this is something else. I think this is it Voida? Or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it was Voida. Easy. See, I don't mind if it goes from Finnish to English and they mess up the English translation. But if I'm going from English to Finnish and it's wrong, it's like, that's hard. That's harder to stomach. To become Tulla. Suomi. Tehdä. Kun. Done. Dunzo. We did it. Would you prefer that? Thanks for the existential crisis stream. That was not an existential crisis. Yeah, look. I've got much healthier management. What is it? Psychological coping strategies for the existential crises. But yeah, no, guys, thanks so much for joining the stream. I will be back on Thursday for a Terraria stream. We'll play some games if you just want to hang out. And but if not, I will be back next Tuesday, same time, 7 o'clock Finland time. We will continue learning Finnish in the next episode of this. Thanks for watching. Yeah, and I hope to see you guys in the next live stream. Goodbye.